Welcome to Fiction Authors Talk Books, or Fat Books podcast. This episode, I'm talking with the terrific Belle Harper about a bunch of this and that. I named this podcast Fiction Authors Talk Books because I wanted to incorporate all aspects of being a fiction author in the discussions. Being an author is a stressful job with high expectations from both ourselves and our fans, so this will always be a chill conversation that probably goes off topic most times, but we'll have some fun. If you enjoyed the podcast and would like to see your favorite author on here, send them this link and they can get in touch with us at fatbookspodcast@gmail.com. We take all authors who write fiction and have them published as long as they're polite. Thanks for joining and on to the podcast.
Hello.
Hi. How are you? Happy Into the Future Day. That is one of those things that I'm such a child with that it always tickles me that I'm talking to people in the future. Like, I understand how time zones work. I understand that it's really not the future, but maybe that's like just author brain of like,
Yeah.
So what's my night going to be like since you're already there?
Well, I'm on the outskirts of Melbourne, so I'm pretty far out, but it's been pretty nice actually. It was kind of a humid day. It rained earlier. But it was 25. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it was pretty good. It was nice. Well, nice for a warm day actually for April. So yeah, it's a nice night. So hopefully you get the same.
So we're going into spring and you're going into fall soon, right?
Yes, autumn. Yeah.
I hate daylight savings. It really throws my body off
Yeah.
It's bad enough that you get different sun and stuff when, the seasons change and how much light.
I do like it when it's happening because it is nice to have more sun at night in the summer.
Yeah.
But I don't like switching back. It just messes with me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm part vampire, so I prefer as dark as possible. Like the apartment complex I live in, I actually get like the most sun of where I'm at. And so other people are like, God, I never get any sun. I'm like, And somebody always brings it up at the dog park and picks on me like, well, you could just, have all the sun like Erin and use light black curtains so she gets nothing until she opens them for the moon. I'm like, you know what? Leave me and my vampiric sensitive eyes alone. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have super sensitive eyes, so I'm always wearing sunglasses. I mean, I get like people aren't as sensitive, but you put sunblock on, you do this, you do that. Why the fuck aren't more people protecting their eyes? Like, why am I the weirdo for wearing sunglasses to protect your eyes?
You wouldn't be weird here.
Yay, somewhere I wouldn't be weird.
We got the no ozone layer, so everyone gets cancer down here. So we do have like all the ads and stuff like that. So but yeah, sunglasses is big because you can get melanomas in your eyes as well. So you got to protect your eyes. And most of Australia, like we're like deficient in vitamin D because we use so much sunscreen that we don't actually get the vitamin D from the sun. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's kind of funny.
I mean, I get that it's weird that I have my sunglasses on when it's overcast. It's because if you get migraines, a lot of people know that glare from an overcast day is a bigger trigger than almost anything at times. Like, that's a huge trigger.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's overcast, I will wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
I hate overcast because it just messes with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything looks funny. It feels funny. Yeah, no, I'm the same.
To a point, but I actually like the rainy days. I like the rainy days, but I also get pressure headaches. So,
gosh.
So, yeah, just list something and I'm sure I get it. It's when the storm is forming or if it's like humidity in the air for 14 days or something like that it's really bad.
Yeah.
But if it's just a normal thunderstorm that rolls in and rolls out, it's fine.
I like thunderstorms.
Yeah, thunderstorms are like free mood setting for us. Like,
yeah, I listen to the Relaxing Sounds podcast and I listen to the thunderstorm one. It's pretty cool.
I didn't know there was one. I have an ocean, Sounds of the Ocean.
Yeah, they have all those.
Okay, yeah, I bought it on my iPod a while ago just to
Oh, this is just on Spotify. It's called Relaxing Sounds podcast and it's got like the ocean, it's got like trickling, like little trickling water creeks and stuff like that, and it's got like Rain on a Tent, which is like my favorite. I love Rain on a Tent.
That is a weirdly specific one. Wow, okay.
Yeah, it is because it tells you where they're actually recording it, so that's why you can hear, have you been in a tent?
Yeah.
Okay, so like that rain sound on the tent.
I don't like it, but yes, I've been in one.
Yeah, I know it's cold and gross when it's raining on there, but it's nice to listen to. It's just like it's very soothing, the rain on the tent. But yeah, no, they're
Yeah.
very specific about that, what you're listening to. I actually can't listen to the oceans. It actually
Makes you have to pee?
it kind of drives me
Oh.
nuts. No, it literally it no, it drives me nuts in my head. Like I just feel crazy in my head.
Oh, okay then.
I don't know why. It messes with my head. I think it's the back and forth with the ears because it will be like, you can hear it in one ear and then it moves to the other ear like the ocean waves. I think that's what I
Oh,
just
it will give
can't,
you vertigo.
and I don't like that. Yeah, it makes me it messes with my head and I feel sick. I hate it. So I don't listen to that one.
Oh, see, I've never done it with earbuds or earphones. I always do it with just
Oh,
having it in the background to sleep or whatever. So, yeah, that would mess me up with earbuds or headphones
yeah, because it's
for
like one
sure.
ear to the other, whereas like a trickling creek is trickling the whole way through, so it just all sounds the
Yeah.
same the whole way through.
No, that makes
Yeah.
sense, totally. I grew up going to down in Florida in the summer because that's where my grandpa left, and he would get us a deal to, like, rent one of the condos of where he was the maintenance guy or whatever.
Oh, that's nice.
I grew up with the ocean sounds, and it's very comforting to me most times, so I likes
You
it.
likes it.
Yeah, I likes it. I'm house hunting, and I don't wanna be right on the ocean because apparently the ocean in New England doesn't smell like the ocean in Florida. It smells like a marsh sometimes of the year, and I'm like, "No, I'm not paying more for that, thank you very much."
Ew.
Yeah, so I wanna be close to the ocean where I can go play with the pups, when I get Vader a younger brother or whatever. So I like the sounds of the ocean, but yeah, I think in the earbuds, it would give me vertigo
Yeah.
or probably give somebody motion sickness even, like, bleh.
Yeah, I think that's what I literally think that must be what it is. It makes my head just feel fuzzy and I just makes me feel, yeah, it just makes me feel horrible.
Yeah,
But I listen to it on my headphones because I don't have a door on my office. My office is technically a living room at the front of the house,
yeah,
but it's a complete office. It's not a living room. It's all my entire office. But yeah, there's no door to it. Like there's it's no wall, no door. So when my family are home, I have to like block them out when I'm writing.
yeah.
And I don't want to listen to music all the time. So I just listen to that just to sort of block them out. Even though I've got like noise canceling headphones, my kids are loud. They still like somehow penetrate through. So I just listen to it just to block them out. It works. It's very good.
So I would recommend the new Bose. They're a little pricey, but the Bose Sound Quiet Comfort, the new ones,
Yeah.
I can't hear my dog bark.
Oh my gosh.
I can't hear him bark. Yeah, it's that they're that good. I can't hear Vader, and he's got a big bark. You wouldn't think so because he's only like however big, but yeah, he's got a big bark, and I can totally not hear it, which can be a problem too because I should hear that stuff.
Yeah, I that sounds good. I got the Apple ones, the big things that stick on you, like the I don't know. I don't have the actual earbud parts. I have the big headphone ones,
Hmm.
whatever they're called, AirPod Max. Every time you say that, people think they're like actually in your ears. I can't stand those ones.
I have trouble with the ones in my ears, but that's the quiet comfort. The ones that I was talking about, they're actually in your ears, but they're so damn comfortable. I could wear them for hours and hours and hours, and it's completely fine. I love them. I'm kind of obsessed with them. They're so good.
Oh, I wonder how much they cost here. Maybe I can go try some out.
It's Amazon. You can always return whatever, or I got mine through Amazon. So
Oh yeah, because we got Amazon here now, so we can do that. Kind of got it like during COVID times, but like it didn't like start shipping stuff out properly until like last year.
ADHD. Whoop.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's really funny because recently I've had some people be like, "Yeah, you sound like you have ADHD," or "That sounds like." I'm like, "No, I don't really get distracted too easily. My problem is that like I fixate and I have to like stop my."
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was an
Hyper.
ADHD
It's
hyperfixation.
yeah, that's hyper focus. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I do it all the time. And do you get new hobbies all the time? Because I do.
God damn it. I didn't know that was an ADHD thing.
Yeah. You collect hobbies.
To be fair, oh Jesus, I didn't know that was an ADHD thing. I have a lot of them, like, because I'm doing research. Like, I started this. She's doing dot painting in the book because I read this thing about how it's really good for your mental health and doing certain things with like the dot therapy.
Yeah.
And so I got a bunch of the stuff to try it and do it. And I'm glad well, for one, I'm glad I did because it's way harder than the videos make it look. So I had her doing it way too easily in kind of a douchebag kind of way. But yeah, I didn't know that collecting hobbies was an ADHD. Awesome. I really do probably have it.
Just watch women with ADHD on TikTok and you'll go, Oh, wow, I ticked all those symptoms. Yes, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me.
Oh, no.
But you would be surprised the amount of authors that actually have it. It's like really crazy. It's like, I swear, I'm like meeting all these people like all the time, like, oh, yeah, no, I've got ADHD. It's like, oh my God, it's just crazy how many authors actually have it
Yeah.
because it's very creative type stuff. Yeah. I was doing knitting. I knit randomly. I've got a knitting machine and I just like sit there
Ooh.
and spin it and make beanies. And I've got like 200 beanies sitting in my garage. I don't know what to do with them. So my husband's like, when you go to Babe, let's give them away to everyone because it's insane. You have too many.
So I used to crochet scarves for just my own kind of therapy.
Yeah.
And you can donate them to like homeless shelters and women's shelters and stuff.
Yeah, I could do that. I live pretty far out though. That's my issue. I'd
Mm.
actually have to leave my house.
Yeah,
I live in the bush.
that always sounds so dirty to me.
What, the bush?
I live in them.
I live in the bush.
Yeah, I know it's not, but it just always sounds so damn dirty to me. Like it just sounds dirty. I'm sorry. Oh dear God.
No, I live in the Australian bush. I've got a wombat that lives in my backyard and he's really, really annoying and aggressive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wombats can be pretty aggressive and they can run freaking fast. Oh my God. It runs and chased my husband once. It was the best thing ever. I was like keeling over, dying of
Sorry
laughter.
for how he's doing. It was the best thing ever.
It was the
Oh.
best thing ever. It fully hit him. He fell down and everything. It was like gold. I'm like, I told him they run fast and he did not believe me.
Oh.
He's like, no, I'll be fine. It's like, no, you wouldn't want to be wearing thongs out there. You need to like not, you're gonna have to run. And he just, yeah, it was the best.
Oh my God.
I mean, I love my husband. He's hilarious. I should have had my camera out, but it would have just been pitch black and him just running with the flashlight. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
It was funny. It was
Oh my
funny. He
goodness.
didn't believe me that they run. They run like 45 kilometers an hour. I don't know how that
Oh my
how that is into miles, but they run for a short little stumpy thing with little legs. They run freaking fast.
That is, yeah, I didn't know that. That's good to know. Don't go by wombats.
It's all
Got
good.
it.
They only come out at nighttime.
It sounds like one of our raccoons on crack or something. Like,
Yeah. But they're like a little tank
oh my God.
because they're mostly got like they've got a really bony bum. So
I got a bony bone.
they've actually got an entire plate of bone on their butt. So when cars actually hit them, it literally just destroys your car. Considering how small they are, your car will just be written off. You'll be gone. It's just they're really tough little things. But they're cute. They're cute.
My.
Yeah. They're not being aggressive.
Oh,
He
sure.
just was not happy that my husband was down there trying to work out what the dog was barking at, and then it just chased
Uh-huh. Hey, he went on his turf.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is way too funny. I'm just like sitting here stunned, like I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like we have kangaroos up here, but I don't have any in my backyard. I just got the wombat. You don't want to go up against the kangaroo either. They're like pretty insane.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the YouTubes and TikToks on that, and like some drunk Aussie like trying to box with them does never ends well.
No, they will just gut you with their claws on their feet.
Oh,
They got like a really big claw.
oh goody.
So when they kick you, it actually the little claw part like comes out and will actually get you. And also you can't if you're trying to run away from them, don't go into water because they will follow you in and they will drown you. They're pretty intense. But they're good from a distance. We have killer animals.
We've got them here too, but
Maybe don't come to Australia.
we have them too, but I'm wondering if you have any that aren't killers.
Koalas. Koalas. They're just soft and
Are you sure?
yeah, very sure. Have you heard of drop bears? Are you one of those people who've heard of the drop bear?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, all right. Well, you can Google that later.
I can only imagine. Oh my goodness. Okay, now tell me what it is, because I gotta.
Oh, well, if I tell you, I won't be very Australian now, will I?
Okay, wait, hang on, I got to Google it. Oh, it's a fictional creature. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But a lot of people believe it's real. I get it all the time. When I was in America, they always like, oh my gosh, are the drop bears? And like us Aussies, we're pretty good. We all stick together. We're like, they are dangerous. You need to watch out. Like we just play with it because
Oh, that's
if they believe it's real, then it's kind of funny. It's a koala that looks scary. It's not an actual thing. Koalas are gentle. It's fine. And our possums are not like your possums. Our possums are very cute too and gentle.
oh, ours are normally just feral.
Yeah, yours
So,
look horrid.
yeah.
Ours are really cute. We have a lot of brush tail possums here. They kind of look like a cat. They'll come up and we'll feed them and stuff like that. But we don't have like rabies and stuff here, so we don't have that issue of like if they bite us or something like that.
Do not have rabies.
Our control on our border is very, very strict. So you can't bring certain products into the country and it prevents rabies coming into the country. Yeah. That's why, like Amber Heard, her dog came into Australia on their private jet and they came in and the government found out and kicked them out.
Oh, wow.
She
Okay.
left the country with her dog because she didn't quarantine them. They have to be quarantined for 6 months here. I really liked when I was in America, I really liked Popeyes.
Ew. Okay.
Yeah, well, we don't have that here.
Yeah.
And I really liked it because I thought this is different because we don't have that at all. The only thing we have McDonald's and KFC.
I like KFC better. So that's what that was my ew.
Your KFC, like we actually did like a cross country trip like back in 2017. My family and my parents and my sister, and yeah, we drove from LA all the way to New York.
Okay.
My mum and dad had already traveled a lot of it before, so I'm like, well, we have to go to Kentucky and KFC. So we had to detour through there so that we could eat KFC.
You are a very special woman.
Like total nerds, like total Aussie nerds.
You're a very special woman.
I made my family do a lot of stuff that they didn't want to do. It was hilarious. I'm like, well, you know what? I watched all the documentaries of the Civil War. I want to go to the Civil War places as we're driving through. My dad's like, no more, no more. You read too many signs. And my husband hates it. He's like, no more, no more reading signs. You can't read any more signs.
Oh my God.
I just like history stuff. I found it fascinating. So I just wanted to learn more.
Okay.
Like Australia is pretty bloody big. If I was to drive all, like the same distance that we drove that year for that trip, it's just all boring of nothingness because we just got a lot of desert in the middle that no one lives at.
Yeah.
So at
Yeah.
least you guys have like interesting things along the way. And I learned a lot of stuff. And and you know what? I really liked Washington, D.C. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of museums and they were all for free. And I like that. I like that when you've got 3 kids that were like, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. And you're like, oh, look, a museum. Okay, yeah. This one's got airplanes.
You could spend a whole month just going through the different
Oh,
Smithsonians. That is really cool. Yeah.
it is fascinating because my kids were 5, 6, and 10, I think, at the time. And yeah, just when everyone, like, they came back and everyone's like, did you love Disneyland? What was your favorite thing? And they're like, we loved Washington, D.C. We want to go back.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I'm like, my kids are like me, but no, they're not because, yeah, recently I'm like, oh, look at this. And they're like, stop reading the sign. Keep walking, mum. I'm like, oh, my bad. I get a little bit distracted, but
Oh my God.
yeah, no, Washington was really awesome.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah, pretty much. That's me. That's my squirrel brain. I just get excited by science. Except for we went to that place called Santa Claus or something like that, where it's all Christmas tree. I don't know what state that's in, but it's wherever Abraham Lincoln moved to and had a childhood boy home or whatever it was. We accidentally stumbled across it, so we did like a whole thing and learnt all about Abraham Lincoln. And then that's after we went. After that, we went to Washington and we took all these tours and like the tour guide's like asking questions and we're like answering it all. And he's like, okay, seriously, can one American answer these questions at all? Is it only the Australians? Because this is so weird. My kids thought it was hilarious.
That is funny, and I'm not surprised at all that Americans didn't know the answers. Like, whatever.
Yeah, he was like, where did he live? Okay, what did he do? We're like, yeah, we'll put our hands up. Oh, yep. Oh, only the Aussies are answering all the questions.
Honestly, I'm sure I'm not even picking on Americans for that one because we were force fed so much of that stuff. Like,
When you were really little.
yeah, I mean, we had to learn it all. So it's not like we never heard of it, we never knew it. It's just, it's like other stuff in school that you don't use and you just,
Yeah, push it out of your brain.
well, and when you have to learn it, like it's not as much fun. So a lot of that stuff doesn't retain well. I mean,
Yeah, you need to go to the site. That makes it more interesting. We had a tour guide who just talked to us the whole time at Abraham Lincoln's thing. So I think that probably helped to remember the information.
yeah, there's a lot of information though. So like you couldn't take for a trip for all of it and like some of it you just have to cram in there for the test.
Yeah. We also went to Washington, whatever his place is, the President Washington or whatever I think his name is.
George Washington.
Yeah, we went there, and so we went to his one because he had the slaves, or his wife had the slaves. She was the rich one. Anyway, we went there, And that's when we worked out that bumblebees are scary as fuck, and we all ran screaming, and everyone laughed at us. But stuff that those bumblebees don't know what the crap they're doing, and they smack into you. It is scary as crap when you live in a country with a lot of bugs that like bite and kill you. So we were running like away from bumblebees. So yes, we've decided we'll never go back to a place that has crazy bumblebees.
Okay.
So I can't remember what state that was in, but we are not going back. We are good.
That's all over the US?
It was only there, like in Pennsylvania area, because we went to the Amish country too. So yeah, there was bumblebees there too. So it must be somewhere in that area he lives, wherever he lives. There's bumblebees and they're scary, and we didn't like them.
Okay. Well, I'm just warning you, there's actually bumblebees all over the country,
Okay, well I'm just,
and they're not scary.
but they're so slow flying and they're so huge. Like, how do they fly? It's so weird.
It is very weird,
They
but
got such a big body.
I'm allergic to bee stings, and those are the ones I'm not scared of because you can get away from them fast. So, you have everything poisonous and
Yep.
and dangerous, and you're scared of the bumblebees, like, that
Yep. My whole family, we're like, no.
I can't tell you how hard it is not to laugh right now at you.
You can laugh.
Not in the mean way, that sounded very mean.
All the Americans were laughing at us.
Yeah.
They watched us running out of the park. We were like, no, no, we're out in this. No more. We left.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't even do half the tour. We're like, no, we're done.
Yeah, I
We've
do
seen
that because 'cause
enough.
I'm allergic to
Yep.
bee stings, but, and I don't wanna die.
Yeah, we're not.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I think it's the fact that you're just standing there and they just like buzz right close to you. We're just not used to that. And they
Yeah.
smack into you because you're a bit done.
Well, especially if you wear any kind of perfume or any of your things smell, they're looking for flowers. So
Yep.
they just kind of meander, give you a sniff, and then meander on their way again.
Oh, okay.
You have everything terrifying, and you're scared of our baby bumblebees. Oh my goodness.
Because we don't have them here because they're big, giant things.
No, you just have like killer hornets and,
No, we don't have
you know,
those. We don't have them either. We
I'm,
just have regular bees.
I'm sure you got killer or something with wings.
Well, our bees sting as well.
Well, yeah, no.
We do have European wasps, which are a big pest at the moment because they're not from here. Someone introduced.
They're invasive.
Yeah, it's like the deer. We have so many deer because someone had a deer farm and like all the deer came out, and so now we have a whole bunch of deer, and people keep hitting deer. It's like it's just so weird because it's not like a thing like that was never a thing like say 10 years ago, but now we've got all these deer
Oh, jeez.
in our forest. It's like if we're either going to hit a kangaroo, a wombat, or a deer. It's like surprise.
Good luck.
No one's expecting a deer.
Yeah, I lived in Wyoming for a bit. They have serious problems with their deer, and it's not a small state. So you drive along, and it's like every 5 miles, there's a beware of deer sign. And that has to cost a lot of money to have all those flippin' signs all over the damn place. So I used to get annoyed and be like, okay, you know what? Just put a sign as you enter the state. We have a lot of deer. Good fucking luck. Like, do you need it every 5 freaking miles? Like,
That's funny.
but it's true.
Yeah, we have a lot of kangaroo signs. A lot of kangaroo signs where I live anyway, because we have a lot of kangaroos because I'm in the bush.
Yeah.
So
I'm 5. I always giggle when I hear somebody say I'm in the bush. It's not even the dirty factor. It just sounds so like I don't know. It's not something we hear around here.
What do you call your forest? Oh, you call it a forest.
Yeah. Or we have swamps, like
Yeah. Okay.
we
Well,
just don't have the bush.
it is technically called a forest. So I live it, but we just call it the bush because we're Australian. So I guess that's just what we use.
I know. And it's very endearing that you guys say it like that. Like, please don't worry about saying it differently for me. Like, whatever, it's fine. I'm just explaining why I keep giggling because I don't want you to think it is dirty. Like, it's not even a dirty thing. I just think it's so endearing. Like,
The good old Aussie bush. Yep.
yeah, we were talking to somebody else, Aussie, and she was like, we were talking the stereotypes and stuff, and she's like, yeah, we never even say shrimp on the Barbie and stuff. I was like, oh, that just broke my heart. They're prawns.
They're prawns. Yep.
Yeah, they're prawns. But I was like, do you put prawns on the Barbie? Because that sounds cute too. She's like, no. I was like, son of a, just blow apart my whole.
Yeah, my
You know.
husband, like, he's a massive cook and he loves prawns, but he never puts them on the Barbie ever. So
I like them that way. I think they're very good that way. So
he does cook them, but I think he cooks them more into like he really likes Vietnamese type dishes. So he usually does those sort of things with them.
Yeah, I like 'em on the smoker. I put 'em on the smoker.
He is a smoker too. He
Yeah.
loves to smoke his meat and he likes to make brisket and stuff. He's in like all those American Facebook groups,
Yeah.
getting all the stuff, getting all the ideas to make all this
I'm not a
meat.
big brisket fan, but
And I don't really eat that much meat.
oh, I do. I'm not a big brisket fan, but I love pulled pork off the smoker. It's like the best
Yeah,
thing
he
in
does
the
that. He
world.
does that. He does it very good. He's very good at that.
It's very forgiving. Not to say that your husband's not an excellent cook, but it's very forgiving and you kind of have to be an idiot to fuck up a pulled pork off the smoker. Like you have to leave it for like 10 hours on its own. It's like one of those very forgiving everybody's I'm not picking on your husband. It's just I've had so many people be like, "You're the best cook. This is so awesome." I'm like, yeah, no, it's like, you just need to like get the right recipe or whatever, but yeah, it's kind of one of those idiot proof things where I'm like, yeah, no, I'm a super good cook. Like you can't fuck this up if you try.
It's not like a really big thing that people eat here.
Yeah, it
So,
is a very
but I like it. You put it in rolls and stuff.
oh yeah. I like it just over like coleslaw because of medical stuff. I'm supposed to be low carb as much as possible.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I like to do it over just like fresh cabbage and stuff. It's typical here to put like coleslaw on your sandwich as like a topping for the pulled pork. So I just have it as its own. Yeah.
Yeah, we do it like that. We do it like that. We also have like a really cheap Aussie meal and we just get like a roast chicken and do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Roast chicken rolls and coleslaw, and that's an Aussie dinner.
Oh yeah, we make chicken salad all the time here with like the same kind of thing. It's great. Especially because you're gonna go to the supermarket and get like one of the already cooked rotisserie chickens for like $6.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
it.
we do that here too.
Yeah, we just grab a chicken.
Yep.
Man, $6. That is so cheap. Ours are like $12.
I don't know the conversion difference for you guys, and because you have
Well, your $6 would still cost me like a lot. It'd probably be no, it won't be $12. I think the conversion rate right now is sort of like 67 cents
okay.
to your dollar. Like
Okay, so yeah, that would still be $12 almost.
it's pretty much.
Yeah. It depends because if I get it from the grocery store, it's $12 for me, and that would be even more for you.
I
But if you get
know.
it from like, yeah, Costco or one of
Oh
those, then
yeah.
yeah,
I just live too far away from the Costco, unfortunately.
I do too, and I only live like 25 minutes. That's too far away for me.
Oh no, mine takes an hour.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was way farther than mine. It's one of those things that like, okay, I get it. I've had people be like, it's so great. You don't have to do all this extra stuff because you're single. It's like, yeah, but I don't have a partner in crime. Like, shopping for one person versus two people is still the same amount of time, basically. So
Yeah.
I had to and same thing with like cleaning. My friend's like, oh my God, it's probably so much easier for you. I'm like, yeah, but he does the laundry. Like, there's something they take off the plate. It's not like she has to wash her sheets extra because there's one versus two people. Grocery shopping is one of those that one, I get myself in the most trouble just throwing shit in my cart. This is the one area I kind of outsource that like I either go pick up an order from a Costco type place near me or I pay Instacart and they just do my grocery shopping because yeah, it's just adulting is hard.
I know. And I've got like a family that I have to feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband did a slow cooked chicken thing the other day because he was like, I told him when I was over in the States, I was with a bunch of authors and I was like, they cooked this like the chicken in the slow cooker. So it like all pulled apart and like made chicken tacos. And other nights we had other things. He did that the other night,
Oh, nice.
but he made way too much. And my daughter doesn't really eat chicken. And my oldest son just keeps leaving the house because now he has a job, he has money. So he's like, I'm not eating food from home. I'm going to go and eat fast food because I can, because we don't have anything close to us. So yeah, it ended up being like three of us eating it. And I'm like, there's so much left over. So for last night, we loaded nachos.
Ooh.
And then tonight I made it into like a pasta bake.
Oh, nice.
I used the last of it. I'm like, okay, I'm done. That's enough chicken. No more chicken for this week.
Well, you can also freeze it even if it's already cooked and shredded or whatever, you can always freeze it. So,
Yeah, but then I'll freeze it and it'll turn into a lump and then I'll never use it and then I'll just throw it in the bin.
yeah,
That's been my new motto this year is yeah, moving stuff around because I constantly buy like fresh
This episode,
vegetables
I'm
and
talking
stuff and
with
then
the
I stick it in
terrific
the
Belle
veggie
Harper
drawers and
about a
then
bunch
they all
of this
die
and that.
and then just mush into the bottom and then my husband's like, "Oh my God."
yeah. I have to, if I get any kind of veggies or whatever, I have to food prep it and have it all ready to go. And apparently that is an ADHD thing too, where you were saying if it's out of sight, it's out of mind.
Yep. Yep.
'Cause I'm absolutely the same way.
I've moved mine. So lately, when we buy it, it sits on the shelf that so when I open the door, I can see it straight away.
Nice.
So now it's there.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's really helping.
The whole back part of my fridge has nothing, it's always just what's closestly visible.
Yeah, so that's what we've been doing because we're sick and tired of me killing the vegetables.
Plus, it's always just easier if you have more space. Like, I used to have all the snacks
Yeah.
on one shelf in the fridge, in the garage, and it was like, "I'm peckish. Okay, let's go get some carrot." Like, everything was just ready to go, and it was so nice to have it all laid out, easy to see, and not tucked away in a drawer for for me to forget. So, yeah, I totally feel you on that one.
In my pantry, I have like a snack box thing. And then I just put all the snacks in there so they don't just get lost in boxes. I like open it all the snacks up and just pour it in there.
Yeah, that's how I do it too.
And I'm like, kids, come and just eat that, which disappears pretty quick because my son has three best friends and they come over. Like they literally live at my house. There's one, he's usually here from Wednesday to Sunday. And I'm like,
Oh my.
yeah. His mum's like, you've kind of got like an extra son. And I'm like, yeah, and I've got him and I've got the twins as well. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's all good. But they eat me out of house and home.
How many kids do you have?
I only have three.
Oh, okay.
Then I've got my other three teenage boys that live here all the time, basically, which I don't mind. I love them. They're hilarious. They're great. But yeah, they eat too much because they're teenage boys.
I was gonna say, do they at least come with like lunch money to like give you for all this?
No, no. But they do take care of my younger two for us a lot. So it all works out. It all
All
balances
right,
out.
as long as they're doing something for that food.
Yeah, they do. They do a lot of house. Yeah, actually, the twins are really good because they'll come and they'll actually clean my house. They'll feed the dog. They'll even walk the dog. They're really great. I love it when they're here. They empty my dishwasher.
Oh,
Love them. They're great.
they can come eat all my food anytime they want if they actually
That's
if
it.
yeah,
They're awesome.
just fly out to the US for a weird woman who wants you to do her chores. Yeah, that's cool. Um,
They're good boys. They're good boys. They just turned 18. So
Uh-oh.
now they can drive around and do stuff, which has been very good as well. Because it's like, oh, I've run out of milk. And one of them will be like, oh, I'll go grab it. So they just drive down the street and get it. I'm like, yes, this is saving me having to leave the house.
All the time and effort is paying off that you put into the children.
That's it. That's it. And I just love it. I like that they feel comfortable coming here anyway.
Yeah.
All four of them have been best friends since they were 7. So
Aw,
they're very, very close.
cute.
Yeah.
That's super cute.
I like it when it's very quiet here.
Yeah.
And it's usually because they're all like living at one of the other's house.
Oh, for a bit. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, where have they all gone? It's like, oh, they're over there. Okay. Yay.
It's their turn.
Quiet time. It's their turn, except for it's pretty much like my turn, probably I'd say 70% of the
Oh,
time.
jeez.
And being twins.
Hey, but if they're helpful.
Yeah, the twins are. The other one, he's lovely, but yeah, he literally just comes and he just goes into we have like a snack part where they can just like make like noodles and like quick meals and stuff like that. So he'll just come in and just be like, "Hey mom." He just grabs food.
Oh, jeez.
He's making food. I'm like, "Oh, well, while you're there, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you make someone else noodles?
Oh
Can
my
you do
goodness,
this?"
that's so funny.
I can talk about books. I probably wouldn't talk about my own, but
Okay.
yeah, like I just did Rare and I was lost when people were like, "What's your book about?" And I'm like,
Stuff,
stuff.
things.
No, my husband was so good though, because he's my assistant for all the book signings that I do. He
Mhm.
just loves it. He's so into it.
Ew.
He's like, yes, another book signing. I just love it. I just gonna get out there. I'm gonna talk to all these people, and he really likes it.
Ew.
Ew. I was making sure he remembered people and characters' names, and yeah, he did so well. He like as soon as like I was sort of got a bit tongue tied because I think just after a while, Rare was so huge.
Mhm.
So after a while, my brain just turned to mush, and so he just picked up right there, and he was just telling everyone what the stories were about and all the different characters, and I'm like, you really do listen. You're so good. I'm
Oh
so
my god,
happy
that's so funny.
because he doesn't read.
Okay. Honestly, it was very nice to meet some of the fans. Like, I shouldn't say ew about book signings. It's too much for my anxiety. I had fun talking to people, but there was always something else, and I don't travel well. My ew was more to get excited and really like it more than I wasn't ewing doing
Doing,
signings or
yeah.
yeah. It was more like, ew, what's wrong with him that he's not anxious and like
But I guess he's not a signing author, so he doesn't have to worry too much.
yeah, it might be easier just to be like the sidekick backup.
I think it could be. It
Yeah.
could be. He gets really into it. But like he's been like a really like even though he doesn't read my books, he's we worked out he's dyslexic.
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun when I'm like, let's watch this movie and he's like, I don't like subtitles. I'm like, oh my God, just read them. Like it's not that bad. And he's like, well, if they didn't make the letters dance all over the screen, it would be so much easier to read.
yeah.
I said, I think you're dyslexic. So yeah, and he's like, oh, that's probably why I
Oh
can't
my
read
god,
books.
I feel horrible. Like, how did nobody figure that out sooner? As soon as you said that, I'm like, "Oh, no, red flag. Flag on the play."
Oh, that's what I said. I said, how did you even pass school?
Like, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, poor
that's
guy.
that's not normal. So,
Yeah,
that it's good because, like, now that I know, anytime subtitles come up, I straight away just start saying it out loud for him. Like, if it's, like, on a show
yeah.
and we're not expecting subtitles, I will just say it out loud for him. It's just, like, a thing I do now. But, the Kindle has the dyslexic font, which works.
Oh, I didn't know there was one.
Yes, there's a dyslexic font on the Kindle. So
Oh, that's awesome.
you can use it and people with dyslexia can actually
Wow.
read books because the font somehow makes it so that the letters won't dance around. I'm not too sure how it works, but he said it's brilliant. And of course, like I have books out and the first book that he reads is he reads Ruby Dixon's Ice Planet Barbarians.
Oh,
Like, what the hell? Like, what about my book? And he's like, oh, yeah, no, I'll get there. But you talk so much about these aliens, I wanted to read it. So he read the entire book. He goes, I really like that. But he has never read my books. He's just like, give me a play by play.
I honestly prefer my friends and
Yeah.
people close to me not read them.
Yeah.
Because I've had it be where, like, my mom wanted to read something and didn't tell me, and then she was furious at me for months because the mom in the book was a jerk, and, of course, it had to be about her, and I'm like, "Mom, I have over" at that point, I had, like, over 100 books. I'm like, "Do you have any idea how many of the parents are probably jerks to keep a story, to vary it up? Like, you can't be fucked up and have all loving, normal families."
Yeah, it doesn't work.
She's like, "I felt very attacked. I'm like, "Thank you for making it all about you." And so I do the whole thing, I convince her, like, "It's fine, it's not really about you. What book?" And it was absolutely about her. So I was like, "Oh," like, it was very much picking on my mother and how she could be such a selfish. So I was like, "Oh, well, now I can't tell you that one was actually about you, but yeah, this is why I don't like people who know me reading my books. They make it all about them and leave my therapy alone." Like,
Oh, that's so funny.
yeah, the guy was talking about moving and his mom being such a dick about, like, everything and, somehow my move was all about her as she did absolutely nothing besides break things. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, you feel attacked because that is 100% what you did on my last move."
Oh
Yeah,
my
when I was
God.
moving from Colorado to Nebraska, she told everyone like, "Oh, I have to go and help Erin move and yeah, she just, it's too much for her." And I'm like, "Uh-huh. Yeah, no, I've done this several times now. Like, I'm good." I was actually like, please don't come then and get in my way." But she got it in her head and she wanted to come stay for a month on top of everything.
Oh my God.
It was a disaster. She got there and she like put together one cabinet that she broke, just like a little DVD cabinet kind of thing. She dropped a whole box of mugs. Let me preface this. She unwrapped the mugs so cuz she could sit there on the couch and just do that without me asking her. She unwrapped them, put them all in the box so then she could bring them to the kitchen and dropped the box. So they survived the movers and all my mugs died to my mom.
Oh, I would cry. I love my
Oh,
mugs.
yeah. Yeah, I wasn't that close to them, like, that's fine, but I was just like
No, but I have like a favorite mug.
yeah.
It's technically a soup mug, but I have a favorite mug. I put my tea in it, so then I have a really large cup of tea.
It was one of them was the mug that my grandpa gave me he's gone, so
Oh, that's so sad.
yeah, well, and then she starts crying and I'm having to comfort her because she just destroyed all my shit. And like she got sick while she was there cuz my mom is a hypochondriac and an issue and then her dog kept like going diarrhea all over. Oh yeah, and she wasn't feeling well, so I had to take out this evil demon of a dog, and like the whole whole thing, I was like, so when are you leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, and to hear her tell it, man, I couldn't have moved in without her, and she did so much, and I'm just like, how you, Pinocchio, seriously, your nose, we're getting a little,
I have really good parents. I feel bad now. My parents are very lovely.
there's a reason I have no contact with my parents, so.
Oh, no. Okay, then that makes sense. Yeah, no, my parents are very supportive, but I did tell them not to read my books, but my dad actually buys all my books. He doesn't read them except for once my mum's like, "Your father tried to read your book. He closed it very quickly." And I was like, "Oh my God, which one?" And she goes, "Yeah, he says it's very good writing, but yeah, it must have got to a bad part." And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And then I realized which one it was. And it was where he read up to. The first sex scene is pretty quick in that book, and it's a gay sex scene. I think he probably got a bit of a shock.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, no, sometimes you just have to cut the family out that are a little bit whoopy doopty. Yeah. My husband's family is a bit all over the place. There's a lot of drama always there. Whereas I've got my two sisters and my parents have been, happily married the entire time. So whereas
Yeah,
he's got the divorced parents and he's got the stepmom and step siblings, and
yeah.
it's always like so much drama. He's like, "Oh, let's just do Christmas at your house every year." Just having to deal with his family sometimes, it always feels like there's always something else in the background, and then there's always conflict going on, and it's like, yeah, so I can understand why sometimes he's like, let's just do Christmas at your family because it's really chill. There's no drama. My sisters are normal. They're easy, and my parents are just, yeah. I love my mum. She's so funny. She's very forgetful of stuff, and she always just blurts out random stuff and makes us
Oh
laugh.
my god.
It's really something really silly. Like my mum's a nurse, so she's been a nurse her whole life, and then she's retired, but she'll say stuff, and you're like, "Mum, you're a nurse. Like that's not how things like work. Like that's not how you get sick from these things." Like, and she'd be like, "Oh yeah." It was good growing up because I actually did follow into that career. So I actually started to become a nurse, and I worked in the same aged care home she did. So it was kind of fun working with my mom sometimes.
Aw,
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they're
sometimes.
like, "You're not supposed to work with your mother." But then they're like, "Oh no, we're really desperate. Just work with your mother because we don't have enough people to work." So
Yeah,
yeah, that was fun.
sometimes.
Yeah, no, I like that. And then I moved on. I had babies.
Yeah.
So once I had kids, I sort of stopped because my hips went all funny after childbirth. So I couldn't really keep standing up for long periods of time and moving a lot of like the older people around because most of the people were bedridden. So having to push and pull them around and do stuff, it hurt me too much.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, it's very, very hard. So I ended up retiring from that. And then I started making lifelike dolls instead as an artist. So I became an artist and worked at home while my kids were little.
Oh
I
wow.
did that for 10 years actually. It paid the bills. It was good.
That's cool.
They're reborn dolls and they're lifelike dolls. And I ran an actual doll show, which I think that's probably why my husband likes going to shows so much because I basically was like, "You're my bitch. You're just going to come and do all the stuff I need you to do, moving tables around and stuff like that too." It was like a big craft show.
Okay.
So, but it was just for the dolls.
My mom used to actually work at my high school and she ran the special events. So she ran the school's craft fair and everything. And I actually liked those because I wasn't the focus. I don't do well when I'm the center of attention. Like
Yeah, well, I was kind of the focus because I had my dolls.
yeah, I mean, I can lecture fine if
Yeah.
there's like a podium and, there's like a line, and my interactions with people have to be more organic or my anxiety goes through the freaking roof. But yeah, I used to love those because you were just behind the scenes helping out and talking to people, and it wasn't so stressful.
Yeah, so that's why he likes. So I think that's when I started doing the book signings. I had another friend, a reader friend, and she loved it. So she was helping me. And then he's like, "Nope, you're not doing the doll shows no more. So now I need to come. I need to talk to humans." He's very outgoing like that. He's sort of like an extrovert introvert. So he's quite happy to stay at home, but he likes to talk to people.
Yeah.
So it's a good environment for him. Whereas I'm definitely more introverted, but I will just talk for hours, as you can tell, about any random crap to people.
Yeah.
Once you get me going, I just keep going. He was a bit upset because we didn't go out on that Saturday night because the signing was over 2 days. And I was like, "I can't people anymore. I need to go and stay in the hotel room."
Yeah.
And he's like, "But we're in the city. We never come to the city. We should go out for dinner." And I'm like, "You can go for dinner. You made friends. Go find one of the husbands and go to dinner with him because I'm just going to lay here and watch the TV and
Yeah.
do nothing
Yeah.
and eat in bed. And that's what I did.
I'm more a introverted extrovert or however that goes too, where it's like
Yeah.
like if I know the people and we're just at like a cookout, I'm fine. But as soon as it's like I have to be on or the focus or it's like a lot of people I don't know or like Costco is super overwhelming for me. I have like
Oh, yep.
a 12-minute timer in Costco before I start feeling itchy and closed in and like not closed in like I'm claustrophobic, but there's just too many people like it's yeah. So
Yeah.
but if I'm, walking with a couple friends and our dogs, I'm fine. I mean, I can do that. No, I can't walk all day long, but
Yeah. 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 But when you have to be switched on because you don't know the people,
Well, and I have to watch what I say because I cuss like a sailor
yeah.
or like I say something stupid and it's like
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I didn't mean it like that, you
Oh,
know.
yeah. If they don't get my weird sense of humor.
Well, and like you were even saying, we say things differently. So I don't remember what it was, but I said something super offensive.
Oh, so do I.
And I've actually put this as like a character a couple times where she didn't. Oh, I said something super racist and I didn't know because I grew up in Chicago and for all of our faults, we're kind of okay with like everyone besides if you're not from Chicago. But like I said something super racist and everybody was like, "Holy." And I had to have somebody explain it to me like, "What the hell just happened?" They're like, "Yeah, you just made a racial slur." I'm like, "The fuck I
Oh
did?"
my
Like
gosh.
what? Yeah, and I had no idea. I was like, "Wow, so now I've gotta learn the racist slurs to not." I was completely clueless, and I felt horrible, and luckily the people believed me. I think they saw the shock on my face of like, "Wait, what? Like, what?" So I've actually put that in a book too, like Seraphine does that, and she's like, "I don't get it." And I still don't get why that would be like I mean, I get it's a thing, don't say it, but it's like, I
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the kind of trouble I get myself into, not having any clue. And especially now with everybody filming everything, I've had a couple stalkers, so I don't want my face shown. And if you tell people you're not going to take pictures, there's always going to be somebody that's like, she's being stupid. I want a picture, or like whatever. So yeah, for me, I can't see it happening anytime soon. Maybe if I'm like J.R. Ward and I go with a couple guards. Or, like got your husband, like whatever.
To be my protector. He's 6'3". He's tall. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I want to give a big thanks to Belle Harper for joining me for such a fun conversation. Also, to all of our fans for checking this podcast out. I hope you liked what you heard and decide to stick around. Please make sure to subscribe to the Fat Books podcast on YouTube or Spotify or that little purple icon on your Apple device. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook to stay up to date on who we're recording with and when episodes are coming out. There's also a Patreon if you want to support the podcast and keep it going. Now let's hear a bit about what she's working on and what's next for her fans.
Got a reverse horror mafia romance coming up. It's coming out on June 1st with my co-author. And after that, I'm getting back into my shifter world and gonna have some wolves and that kind of thing. And yeah, all my other series that I've said that I was gonna write, I'm gonna write them eventually. I'm really bad. I don't know. This year is a little bit different for me. I decided not to do pre-orders this year until I write because my issue is my kids. Anytime some sickness happens, it always happens when I have like deadlines. So this year is a little bit different. So my plan for writing this year, I'm actually going to start writing tomorrow, the plan, which is really bad, really, because we're almost halfway through the year.
Thanks for staying until the end and hope you enjoyed it.